Jeff, you know, a lot of this focus has been on what's going on with James, but you got another son, and that's been there and has seen a lot of this going on. How has this affected Jude?
So look, you got to kind of, to answer that question, you kind of got to understand my sons and how different they are. Uniquely little men. What's the best way to describe this? Okay, so when they were little, I didn't understand the new cartoons. I don't know if it's just an age thing, but I just literally don't understand what's going on in the new cartoons. So I went and got the old Johnny Quest cartoons, from the 1960s, where they actually shoot guns and stuff like that.
Oh, right. Yeah, I love them.
So we would watch Johnny Quest a lot, when we were young in the morning, right? And they cook them some eggs, and we watch Johnny Quest. So, James would say, like, oh, look, he's running away from the monster. Look, he's fighting. He's shooting that gun. And Jude would say things like, oh, my gosh, he's scared. He's afraid the dog's going to be hurt. So James was living the outer life of the characters, and Jude was living the inner life of the characters, right? So that should give you some sense of what the temperament of my sons are. Jude's struggling with a couple things. He's a very sincere believer in God. He believes in the 10 Commandments, and he earnestly and sincerely tries to follow the commandments. He's struggling with when is it appropriate for him to lie, because he knows that his brother's not a girl. I'll just give you an example. After the first freeze here, in Texas, we can go hunt rabbits. So we had a freeze. I went out to hunt rabbits. Well, when I was a boy, I hunted them with Apache throwing sticks. So I've been teaching my boys how to hunt with throwing sticks. We stock up on rabbits. We take them out with sticks, and then we eat them. So we were out by the creek. We were muddy and dirty and, full of who knows what. So we stripped down. We're all going to jump in the shower, get cleaned up before dinner. Jude just points down at James's crotch and says, well, he's not a girl. And I'm like, yeah, he's not a girl. He knows he's not a girl. So, but he also knows that he's not supposed to lie. He's not supposed to bear false witness against his brother. And yet, at his mom's house, he has to do that or be severely punished. And so he's trying to grapple with the idea that there is a Christian morality, but apparently he's not supposed to follow it. It's a tremendous undermining of the moral education of Jude. Tremendous undermining of his moral education.
Well, another question I would have about this, Jeff, this has been a very public case. James has been sent to school in a dress. They're calling him Luna. One day he's as a boy, one day he's as a girl. What have they told you anything like what their classmates are coming back and saying? This is going to be very confusing for the classmates as well. Everybody knows about it. What's some of the blowback that you've seen from that?
Well, they're in third grade. I don't know that their classmates know about any of the publicity, but I do think the parents do.
Right.
One of the astonishing things, and this is a real commentary on where we are in America right now. Most of the parents agree with me, but don't want to make any waves at the school because they're afraid it might hurt their kids' grades. I've been told that repeatedly. So we're in a point in America where people will not do the right thing. When it's easy to do the right thing, they won't do it. If there's any minor inconvenience, a threat to their reputation, a threat to some embarrassment, they won't do the right thing. That was the big lesson for my jury trial. You presented with all this evidence. I even showed an email where she contemplates cutting my son's penis off. And the jury still wouldn't give me primary custody. I mean, it just shows you can't depend on juries. You can't depend on people to do the right thing anymore. That's a testament to something that I don't think we talk a lot about. If you think about how powerful this transgender lobby is, it's the same kind of techniques that are deployed against the equal share parenting people. They are very skilled at propaganda and misdirection. Yeah. And let's just think about how powerful they are, right? Let's imagine like the worst totalitarian society you could ever possibly imagine. Think like North Korea, some 1984 level society, right? You probably could torture someone or threaten them into looking at their son and saying, okay, that's a girl, right? But I don't think you could actually get them to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
With their propaganda techniques and their social coercion techniques, they've got 40% of the country actually believing this nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And they were able to do it from 2015 to 2020. We're talking 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. It took them 15 years to get gay marriage, right? And then 5 years with the transgender issues. They have immense social power. They're exerting immense social power. And that's why you don't have equal shared parenting. That's why you'll never get Title IV-D reform using conventional political techniques. They are just that powerful.